The times move forward, but the souls move backward. The good as a symbol is replaced by an algorithm, and we stand behind the illusion of the future, nostalgic for the ghosts of the past, updated daily. Unified division is solidarized loneliness. In an age in which a machine that has been entrusted with "I think" calls itself the agent of "I am," where does our now lead us? Memory is no longer a proof of endogenesis, but a collective forgetting stored in the cloud. It is not the folly of bringing the past into the present, but the mask of the wise that casts the present into the past. The city is as glamorous as its ruins. Unintentional imitations of traditions stroll the sidewalks as fads that know no future. Existence refuses to be contemporaneous, and the voice that asks, "Where are you?" are now overwritten by GPS signals, and raw coordinates have become synonymous with searchable. Anachronisms scattered over the land of anime are invisible, poisonous flowers blooming on the outer edges of time. Its fragrance is filled with nostalgia, and when touched, the present recedes. We are now travelers dreaming in a paradox, sinking into the past by moving toward the future. A celestial globe without stars rotates with a hollow sound. This is our present time. The absolute coordinates of the norm have been thrown into a magnetic storm, and the constellations of value have been shattered in a shower of meteors. The light we once believed to be the North Star is now only a delayed light from the distant past, or a cleverly placed false image of a lighthouse keeper. We are isolated islands drifting in the ocean of existence, seeking a shore in the name of meaning. The inflation of words leads to a deflation of the psyche, and eloquent silence laughs quietly under a mask of digital noise. The name Anachronism is a graceful yet brutal trap. Ghosts of the good old days beckon, tinted with sepia-toned nostalgia. Once there was order, they whisper, and the golden rule is unchanging. Their whispers are smooth as silk and sweet as heroin. We put on our rusted armor of glory again and charge recklessly at the windmills of time. But the armor no longer fits our flesh and blood, creaking our joints and constricting our souls. It is not a protection, but an elaborate mental straitjacket cast in the mold of the past. A carnival of perversions in which living fossils dance in a museum called nostalgia. The cleverness of this trap lies in the fact that it sometimes wears the sacred veil of tradition or the last bastion of identity. An old map cannot be a guidepost to the unknown wilderness, but rather a blueprint for a labyrinth that leads one into a cul-de-sac. Why do we so easily try to bury in oblivion the self-evident truth that the flow of time is an irreversible torrent? The flower that bloomed yesterday is not today's food, and yesterday's answers do not even fit today's questions. Anachronism is a phenomenon in which the ghosts of time, so to speak, possess the minds of modern people and feed on their dead flesh. It is the ultimate form of narcissism, which is longing for the distorted self-image reflected in the mirror of the past and alienates the flesh and blood of the present. Words are also accomplices or instigators in this complicated game. Words such as justice, love, and truth are stripped of their former meaning and float in the air as empty symbols. Or they are the trump cards of a crook who, in the illusionary apparatus of context, changes their color moment by moment to deceive us. We try to cut through the world with words, but the words themselves are already old blades, and it is an impossible dream to accurately cut the complex and monstrous tapestry that is the present age. The play on words is the birth of an embryo that holds the germ of a new meaning that exposes this confusion of meanings. The truth is hidden in the maze of anagrams. Drifting in the sea of anime, it is caught in the net of anachronism. It is as if we are forever chasing after our past selves on the Mobius wheel. This chaos is the crucible for the creation of a new order, and this wandering is the helper to the creation of the unknown. A trap halves its magic the moment you recognize it as a trap. But the blade of recognition is a double-edged sword. It can be the power to break the shackles that hold you back, or it can be a weapon that shatters the foundation of your own existence. He who gazes into emptiness will be gazed back into emptiness. In this dazzling, weightless ballroom, what hand should we take and what steps should we take? Is it possible to shake off the sweet temptation of anachronism and carve a new path in the wilderness of anime? Or are we descendants of Cassandras, forever torn between the visions of bygone days and the uncertainty of a future yet to be seen? The answer is still hidden in the dust and dirt that dances in the wind, or in the abyss of silence.